Hey guys, it's Adam. Um, I don't know about you, but the snow was awesome for a little bit, and then it sucks when you have to shovel it. I've been out here for 2 hours shoveling snow, and I'm exhausted. But I wanted to take a quick bit to talk to you guys about some things that are happening at Rise, as well as give you a quick thought of the day since we've had to cancel our worship service tomorrow. The first thing is we've decided to make a change in how we do sermons. Past few years, Rise has taught using sermon series, which has been really helpful. It's kind of given Rise the ability to kind of shape who we are and focus on themes that help define us and our mission, and it's been really good. But we wanted to change things up, and so we decided to go a little old school and use something called the Revised Common Lectionary. Some of you may know what this is, a lot of you may not, but basically what it comes down to is it's a calendar. It's a calendar that many churches use, and it provides passages from the Bible for each Sunday of the year on a 3-year cycle, and in 3 years you go through about 80% of the Bible. The really neat thing about it is it allows churches and pastors to struggle with passages that maybe they would not look at if they otherwise would choose. And so we're really excited to see where this leads us. We've actually already started. We haven't told you, but the past few weeks we've been choosing scripture passages from the lectionary to preach on. And we're going to continue probably up through Easter and maybe beyond, depending on how well it goes. Anyway, so there's that. But the passage that we would look at tomorrow, if we were meeting tomorrow, is from the book of Luke. It's Luke chapter 4. It starts at verse 14, I believe. And Jesus has just come back from the wilderness. He spent 40 days in the wilderness, and he goes home to his hometown of Nazareth. And while he's in Nazareth, he's asked to teach and to read at the synagogue, his local church essentially. And so he goes to the synagogue and they ask him to read from the book of Isaiah. So he pulls out the scroll and he opens it up and he reads a passage that says, "I am the one that the Lord has anointed to preach good news to the poor, recovery of sight to the blind, delivery to the captive, and salvation for the oppressed. For the Lord's favor is coming now." That's my own translation. Don't take my word for it, but it's pretty close to that. But then Jesus does this really cool thing. He closes the scroll up and he declares in no uncertain terms, "I am the fulfillment of this passage." When God promised this person, he was promising me. I am the one who will proclaim good news to the poor. I am the one who will provide sight to the blind. I am the one who will liberate the oppressed. I am the one that you have been hoping for. Now, some of the people were really excited. He was their hope. He was the one that people had hoped for and longed for, but other people were pretty angry. And instead, they threw him out of town, which happens an awful lot to Jesus, it seems like. Some people really love his message and who he claims to be, and a lot of people really hate it. But the question that I want to leave with you today is, if we're going to be followers of this Jesus, if we're going to be the ones that claim the name of the man who wants to bring hope to the good news, or good news to the poor, and recovery of sight to the blind, if we're going to follow the man who loves the oppressed, takes care of the outcast and those in prison, the orphan and the widow, then how are we going to do it? Who are the people in our lives? Who are the people in your life right now that God has called you to proclaim this good news to. Jesus essentially read this passage and did what I like to describe as a mic drop. You know, that moment after a particularly good comic bit where or a rap battle where the participant has made his point, and so he drops the mic in emphasis. Jesus dropped the mic in emphasis that he is the one who's done this. And I want to challenge you to see and where in your life that you can be a mic drop, where you can be Jesus's fulfillment of hope and love for his people, the outcasts, the hurting, the poor, the blind, the orphan, the widow, the immigrant, the refugee. We want to be God's mic drop. Stay warm and drink lots of water if you're shoveling snow, and I will see you soon.